Couldn't get no makeup on you. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Right.
We're going to get into it. Welcome back to Shift Chats, the space where we go beyond grind and lean into alignment, purpose, and personal power. Today's guest is truly an example of what it means to shift with intention. After serving 20 years behind bars, Ed Hennings returned to a world that doubted him. But instead of staying stuck in the past, he built a powerful future. He's now a thriving entrepreneur, author, and motivator who reminds us daily your story does not end where you stumble, it begins where you rise. In this episode, Ed shares how he rewords his narrative, stayed aligned with his vision, and continues to walk in legacy. Whether you're rebuilding from scratch or standing at your own turning point, this conversation is for you. Welcome to Shift Chats. I'm your host, Clarendria Addison. And today I have Mr. Ed Hennings. I'm not going to tell y'all the story about how long it took for me to get him here. He was trying
Not
to,
long at all.
he had some stuff. He was working. He was like, listen, I'm coming, but I'm coming from work. I'm not mad. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
For coming in. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to go through, ask you some questions, and, again, feel comfortable to share whatever you like to share. So my first question is, if you could sit across from your 24-year-old self, moments before your life shifted, what would you say to him, knowing what you know now?
Grow up. Grow up. Yeah. It was a lot of things that I just was reading the other day. It said a lot of our traditions are conditions. So it was some things like growing up in certain areas and environments you grab hold to. And you got to grow out of that. You got to grow, and sometimes you grow, but you ain't growing fast enough. And if you don't grow up, man, if you don't become mature enough to make better decisions and choices, and you keep bringing this, like, say, for instance, your friend next door, you call him cuz, that's your cousin. He really just your friend. But at some point, you got to really be like, you know what, you just my friend.
Right.
You're not my cousin for real. And we grown men now.
Right.
And if you don't
Right.
grow up faster, you could really put yourself in a bad situation, because at a certain point in your life, calling him cuz, it means so much to you. It's a top priority to uphold that code.
Right.
And at some point you gotta grow your tail up. You gotta grow up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
When I think about 24 years old,
Yeah.
because I have two sons, both 23. They're not twins. It's a long story. A snippet. I adopted my nephew. Had
Okay.
born and raised, bought him from the hospital, all the things.
Okay.
Just recently started kind of sharing that part of my story, but for my 23-year-old sons, and then my son that I birthed is 23. When you said 24 to grow up, I'm looking at them now like,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna be ready to grow up at 24.
Yeah. In this day and time, a doctor called it extended adolescence. So it's taking the children longer to grow up now, because society, parenting, was looked at when we was growing up. Oh, that was too harsh.
Yeah.
That was too this, and ooh, we gotta lighten up. Now we got to deal with the results of lightening up, because
Right.
kids are not mentally tough, and they ain't just got that inside of them.
Yeah.
Like we was forced to have, and I'm thankful now, very much so.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely agree. I remember my daughter saying to me, Mom, I can't imagine being a mom when she was 24.
Yeah.
She was like, I can't imagine being a mom, because I had her when I was 21.
Okay.
She's like, I cannot imagine
Yeah.
at 24, like, because her life was so, we did some things so they could be okay.
Right.
So I absolutely agree with you. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So you didn't just come home, you came back with a vision. What was the moment inside the prison cell where something clicked for you and the seed of entrepreneurship was planted?
Um, I would say the moment I was going to trial. The moment I got arrested, and I wasn't even in prison yet. I was
Okay.
just downtown here in Milwaukee in the county jail. And I was facing life. So my mindset was and is to this day was like, if I get a second chance, I promise you I won't need a third.
When you was sitting in
When I was sitting in the
the
county
jail
jail
cell,
waiting to
not
go to trial,
okay.
and then I didn't get a plea bargain or anything like that. I went to trial, and the jury was deliberating. So I was in a holding cell pacing back and forth, and I was saying to myself, if I get another shot at this, I'm gonna give it everything in my soul.
Right.
I'm gonna give it everything I got. What that entails at that point, I didn't know, but if I got another shot at it, I knew I was gonna sign that contract to give it everything I got. And that,
Gotcha.
ever since that day, the jury came back and found me guilty of a lesser offense. I was sentenced to 40 years. I served 20. But that 20 years, I woke up every day and gave it everything I had. I took barber and cosmetology. I took culinary arts. I took auto detailing, parenting classes. I took everything I could because I was locked in.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So tell me about, because I was sharing with you a little earlier today about some of the jobs that I had. And on the outside looking in, like as a probation officer or as a re-entry coordinator, we're told they don't have none. We can't do this. We can't, they won't let us sign up.
Yeah.
So help the people who are watching understand what that process is like when you want to, sign up for barber and cosmetology and things like that.
Yeah. When I was in and started doing time, it was all about you get one trade. You get to take a trade. No matter what it is, if you're here at this institution and they offer these trades, you could take that. But if it's a trade at another institution, you might not get over there to take that. So fortunately, for me, I started in Green Bay. I asked for it. I asked to go there so I could take barber and cosmetology. I knew I had a substantial amount of time, and I wanted to get that barber trade under my belt, something I wanted to do at a young age. So I got it. And then they moved me to another institution from maximum to medium custody. And when I got there, they had other trades like culinary. They had auto detailing. So I was like, man, I want to take that. And it's like, well, you got a trade already. So, me, my studies has been, not about the yeses, it was about the nos. So they told me no, that I couldn't get into another trade. So I wrote another letter. I still want to take auto detailing.
Right.
It's like, didn't we tell you got a trade? You can't get it. I wait 2 weeks. I wrote another letter. Yeah, I still want to take auto detailing.
Right.
And they was like, you can't take it. So one day I'm in the barbershop cutting hair. That was my job. The guy from the education director, he walked in there. He said, you still want to take auto detailing? I said, yes, sir.
Right.
Boom, put me in auto detailing, but it was just being persistent. Like, I'm not taking no for an answer.
Right.
If it's any hope that I could get in there, the least amount, I'm gonna try.
Right.
I'm gonna keep trying, and that's how I basically did my time because I got told no over and over and over, and I just don't accept it, and I brought that home with me.
Yeah. So you came outside and was like, you can tell me no, but I'm
you
gonna
can tell
find
me
a
no.
way.
You can tell me no, but I'm gonna try about 200 more times before I say, all right, it's a no with them.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
You talk about the turning point, and I want to know what's been the hardest part of being a CEO and having a CEO mindset.
I'm gonna tell you something. Switching hats. Okay, I can say this plain is in real simple. Like, say if I got one truck, I could drive that truck myself. I don't need a staff. I don't need nobody. I could do it myself. But if I'm gonna scale, if I'm gonna grow this business to 100 trucks, that means I need 99 other drivers. So now, me being, get out the way, I do it myself. I got to take that hat off and become a talent scout. I got to be able to go out now and find the people that can help me carry out this vision of growing this to 100 trucks. And that's so difficult because not many people got the drive and determination that you have.
Because you can't drive 100 trucks.
You can't drive 100 trucks. I only can drive one. But I need to find 99 more people that want to get it in the way I do.
Right.
And that's hard. That's so hard.
Yeah.
That's so hard.
Definitely, definitely.
Or developing a system like a Walmart, like a McDonald's that can say, hey, plug and play.
Right.
Plug and play to where I don't get 100% of your effort, but I get 1% of 100 people's
Right.
effort.
Yep. I love that that you share that, because I have this saying that I say, and people like that. I stole the saying. I did. McDonald's, 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Right.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm referencing that to the business that I do.
Okay.
Right. If we're all doing it the same way, we all
Yeah.
should be getting the same result
Yeah.
as it relates to working with the type
Right.
of clients that I work with.
Yeah.
So to be able to say, listen, if we that's a challenge,
Yeah.
right? And then for the people to
Yeah.
come back and to be able to
Yeah.
repeat it,
That's that
right?
system.
Because you, as a CEO, you can't be like, oh, I got it. No, because I
Right.
need y'all to be able to do this while I'm over here working on this other thing.
That's right.
So
That's
I,
right.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. We met on the flight. I felt like it was divine timing, and we were in Houston, headed to Milwaukee, and I was like, I need you on the podcast,
Right.
and I felt like, for me, it's so many different things that connected us that we didn't even know, partly till we started having an additional conversation, and then you moved into the Sherman Phoenix, into my old space,
Into your old space.
and
Exactly.
I was like,
Exactly. A lot of good energy in there.
lots of amazing. I was like, oh, you gonna be good because you in the right spot. So take me back to you opening up your store and share a little bit about that, and what your experience has been now being in the space and all of that.
It's been wonderful. The networking with the other entrepreneurs that's in there, just sponging up a lot of information from the people that's there. That's A1. Can't even put a price tag on that. But just the interaction itself, because my business itself is mainly online.
Okay.
So e-commerce is, the most dominant part of my business. Brick and mortar, that's more for me to do content. I use it as an office and the networking. So other than that, that's really it for me when it comes to it. So it's been great.
Good. I love
been
that.
great.
And that's
It's been great.
it's very similar to what I was doing there, because that was my corporate office.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
I was there, I liaised with and it's a different group of people there now,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people hadn't had brick and mortar. So I
Yeah.
was the person they were coming to, like, how do I do payroll?
Yeah.
Oh my God, because I'm a licensed therapist. So they're like, oh my God, I'm
Right,
sitting on the
right,
couch because I
right.
got some problems. These employees is cutting up, those types
Right,
of things.
right.
So I love that you're utilizing that space, because that's really
Yeah.
similar, oddly enough,
Yeah.
to what I was doing as well.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, good. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay. Where we at? Okay, we're doing good on time. You've had some conversations with some heavy hitters, like Wallow. I met Wallow as well.
Did
So
you?
I'm putting all these commonalities together. And I feel like you move with that same sense of urgency as he does. So my question is, what's the most powerful lesson you've learned from being in the room with other men who've also transformed pain into purpose?
Yeah, we do share a lot of the same energy to, turn it around, to just make life the best that we can. But the one thing I've learned is that although we do share those similarities, all our journeys are different. You got to embrace that, and you got to be able to say, you know what, we going in the same direction, but he might be going 50 miles an hour. You might be going 10. The other person might be going 100. The other one might be in a rocket.
Right.
But your journey is your journey.
Right.
And at the end of the day, y'all going to have that in common. But just understand that you're going to be moving at the pace that, your divine calling
Right.
calls for you to move at.
Yeah,
And
I love that.
You got to embrace it.
Because comparison is the thief of joy.
Man, mess you up. Speed you up or slow you down when you was just doing just fine.
Just fine.
Just the way you was going. You was doing
Right.
just fine on your journey. Yeah.
Speak to the people about that, really pacing yourself.
Yeah.
Because I know
Yeah.
and I know a lot of guys that have been, in for did bids and, came out and trying to, like, one, find themselves, right? And then also find, like, purpose and what am I supposed to be doing. So can you
doubt.
speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. And if we just talking specifically about people that did time, then we got to say reentry. And people say reentry, you know, and they probably start that the last 3 months before you come home.
Okay.
And I like to tell people reentry starts the moment you get arrested. So all of the soul searching, all of the work you have to do on yourself, you better start immediately. Because a lot of us, we've developed these habits, we developed these perspectives since we were little. You know, say for instance, if a young lady see her sister get jumped on by a boyfriend, she might formulate this thing in her mind like, ain't no man ever gonna put his hand on me.
Right.
Later on, she gets older, a guy hits her and she take him out. But it all started when she was a little girl and watched her sister
Right.
get jumped on by a boyfriend. So we got to be careful about those contracts that we sign young. You know, a lot of brothers say, I ain't with being broke.
Right.
So now we carry that from 10 years old into our adult life. And you say, I ain't with being broke, which sounds slick. But at the end of the day, you saying, I'll do anything so I don't be broke. Now I put myself in harm's way. Now I might
Right.
get killed. Now I might end up in prison. When really, I want to get the money too, but I want to accept the challenge of doing it the right way.
Right.
And that's the challenge that some of us make look good. It's like, oh, I ain't with being broke. Well, okay, it's a lot of opportunities out here legitimately, but you ain't up to the challenge.
Right. Yeah.
You want to take an easy way out
Yeah.
and get some fast money, some money you don't have to work for
Right.
in your mind, and put yourself in harm's way, other than saying, you know what, I'm going to accept this challenge.
Right.
And I'm going to take it head on and I'm going to make it happen.
Listen, I got a question for y'all. What are y'all shifting into? Because y'all been watching. We on season 3. I need to know. Put it in the comments. Like, subscribe. Remember, the shift is happening now. You employ others, right? You have
I
some
have.
employees. You mentor youth. You inspire thousands. How do you stay grounded while also walking in legacy, building energy every day?
How do I stay grounded? It's not hard. I ain't did nothing yet.
Okay, so you listen. You've done a lot. Come on now.
I haven't done anything yet. It's not hard to. It's not like hard to like. I don't have like, you know, I don't have wallow money.
Okay, see, listen, we both trying to get to the wallow.
So there we go.
Yes.
So like, I
Yes.
haven't done anything yet. So it's not hard for me. Like when I talk to people, I'm like, we in the same boat.
Right.
I'm just not going to accept it. You know what I mean? Poverty is violent.
Right.
And, you know, I just woke up one day and said, my enemy ain't him. My enemy ain't her. My enemy ain't these people. My enemy is poverty. You know, poverty is stressful. It's relentless. You know, it robs children of their childhoods. You know, it snatches your dreams away.
Right.
You know, and it's just like, you know what? Now that I know who the real enemy is and what the real problem is, I can take all of my energy and put it towards what I know the problem is.
I love that. Thank you for that. Wow. That's really powerful. Speak to me and to the people watching about like a typical day for you. Because I know today you was working and
That's my typical
we was getting
day.
squeezed in. But like, so you get up, are you working out? You fix and break like a day
Yeah.
in the life of Ed now that you've been home and like got some things in order.
Okay, a day for me is I get up. As of the last 2 years or year, I get up. I hit the truck. I'm on the truck. Boom. Nope. When I get up at 4.
Okay. That's early.
Normally I hit the
I
gym
call that
early.
old dark 30.
Yeah, yeah. It's when the world is quiet.
Yes.
You know, my phone ain't ringing. Nobody's bothering me. It's when I'm at my sharpest point. I'm
Okay.
really sharp. I'm locked in. That's when I try to create some content or
Okay.
have something ready to post at about 6 o'clock. But at 4, I'm up and my wheels are spinning. You know, but I would like to work out. Lately, I haven't had time, but I would like to work out about 5.
Okay.
And then I'll be on the truck at the dock loading up about 6:30. So I'm on the truck doing my thing in the trucking game. And then when I get done with my route, I'm boxing up boots and I'm getting to the post office to get them boots out. And now that I've opened up the brick and mortar,
Okay.
I tried to get down there for the rest of the day.
Okay.
And sit in there and create some more content and wind my day down. But sometimes I get off kind of late and I don't have time to get to the Sherman Phoenix to
Okay.
open up. So, that's how
Okay.
that goes. But
Yeah.
that's how my day look every single day. And on the weekends, I'll get down there early and open up.
Right. And
Yeah.
don't feel bad because I used to do the same thing. People be like, "When you see?" I be like, "Cause I
Yeah.
got other stuff going on."
Yeah.
Like it all will work itself out.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's
for sure.
right.
And you'll
That's
be
right.
there when you need to be there as
That's
well.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you. I love that. I had this idea about um okay, here's a good one. I want to rewind the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Take us back to the version of Ed sitting in a cell with nothing but time. What mindset shift had to happen before any external success could begin?
Man, a whole bunch. Accountability. You had to take full responsibilities for where you are and where you're gonna go. You got to say, I'm the reason why I'm in here, and I'm gonna be the reason why I make it out.
Right.
You can't be saying, well, if my mom give me this, or my pops do this, if baby mama do this, that's all predicated upon somebody else and their decisions and choices.
Right.
You have to say, you know what? It'll be great if they do that. But if they don't, I still have to make it. So that's the mindset shift for me when I say I'm gonna take full responsibility. So I'm not the one that says, when something good happens, I got relatives that do that. Be like, "Oh, God really blessed you." I'm no more blessed than you. God woke me up. God woke you up. What I did with my 24,
Ooh, come on now.
that's not the blessing. We got the same blessing because we still alive. We got the same arms. We got the same feet, the same legs.
Man.
I'm just going to do something with mine. So I'm going to take responsibility for being in a bad situation,
Right.
but I'm also going to take responsibility for being in a good situation.
I love that.
I'm going to take accountability for being messed up, and I'm going to
Right.
take accountability for getting up on my feet.
Right. Wow. That's big. That's big.
Because I think, especially with our youth, if we tell them to take responsibility for doing the wrong thing, and then say, well, you did the right thing, but God did it, then how am I gonna build confidence in you?
Right.
I need you to be confident. I need you to walk around like you know you can do that.
Right.
How you know you can do that? Because when you do it, I'm gonna be right there to say, you did that.
Right.
You made that happen.
Yeah.
God woke you up this morning and you took them 24 and you made that thing happen.
Right. Because he woke you up. That was his job.
That was his job.
He done got you
Right.
up.
You you coherent.
Yes.
You got your full
Yes.
use of your body. Like what more? He made you
Right.
equipped to go out there and do what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But oh, you need more? Well, you're gonna see this guy that's gonna pull up. He ain't gonna have no legs. He gonna be making that thing happen. And you're gonna be like, I need some help.
Right. Right.
Well, that was a reason. You see why he came into your life to show you got more than me.
You got way more. Yeah.
It ain't nothing I can do. I can go out there and make a whole lot of money, but I still can't grow no legs.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing you can do. No excuse. Let's make it happen.
Right. No excuses.
Let's get to it.
I love it. What advice would you give to someone who's at rock bottom but still has a vision?
Man, what advice I would give them? The same advice I'm gonna give myself. I'm not gonna give it to myself and not give it to you. I'm gonna walk them to that window and I'm gonna say, look out there. You ready for that? I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give it to myself. I'm gonna give it to the kids. I'm gonna give it to the mama that say they doing a great job with their son. I'm gonna walk them to that window and I'm gonna say, hey, is he ready for that?
Right.
He ready to get out there and do his thing? No, I don't think he ready. Okay, then. It's just that simple.
Right.
Is you ready for that?
Yeah. Because that's the real world.
That's it.
Ooh. How do you define freedom now, and what does it feel like to walk in it?
I still be wondering why everybody gets so mad and uptight about certain things. I be like, you free? You healthy? Like, how
You
can that
woke
piss
up,
you
you're
off?
breathing.
Right? You're like, this just made me so mad. You ready to tear something up? And I'm like, I can't even get that mad at it. Like, I have my moments of frustration
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but it don't last long. I'd be like, you know what? If I told myself that I'll be in the position I'm in now while I was in there, I'd have took it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
with paying taxes, with being behind on a couple bills. Like I take that, like, yeah, you know, I come from like I would,
Yeah.
you know, die for that. Like let me get to that point right
Right.
there.
Yeah.
And now you in it and you like, man, I got this and this. Like, hold on, take a step back and look at the big picture again and reset and get back to it.
Yeah. I
Just take a
love
step
that.
back.
I love that. And I always say, and I say this to my kids all the time, we really don't have anything to complain about.
Not at all.
Right? And you gonna dust yourself off,
That's right.
right?
That's
Tomorrow's
right.
another day. And
Yeah.
you can be sad and crying, whatever you want to
Yeah.
do today.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, let's start this thing over
Yeah.
because we're here. We woke up. I
No
love
doubt.
that.
No doubt.
What systems did you put in place mentally that supported your long-term transformation? Because I feel like you did some transformation while there, and then now you've been out for how long?
Yeah, 9 years in
Okay.
October. What I do is I call it my diet.
Okay.
You know, so if you eating vegetables and fruit, I'm gonna be able to look at you and tell, like, yeah, you take care of yourself. If you eating potato chips and candy and you know what I'm saying, shoulder dinners and stuff like that, I'm gonna be look at you and be like, yeah, you be throwing down, big homie. So I think of like that with my mind.
Okay.
So that my diet, what I put in my mind, because we consume more than just through our mouths. We consume through our ears,
Yes.
through our eyes, through our nose. So I choose not to consume any negativity. All I'm taking in is positive. All I'm
Right.
taking in is, Ed, you can do it. Ed, you got it. Ed, that mountain is high, but Michael Jordan climbed it. You can climb it too. Tyler Perry climbed it. You can climb it
Yeah.
too. So I'm just taking consistent consumption of, Ed, you can do it.
Right.
If some come into my space and they say, Ed, you can't do that, I'm removing them. I'm removing them because I don't want to plant none of those seeds.
Right.
I don't want none of that. Matter of fact, I'm finna walk up to this mountain right now and climb it just to reaffirm myself that I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm finna take on another challenge just to tell myself that I can do it.
Right.
I ain't finna run from challenges the way I used to because now I keep saying, man, I can't do it because the last 10 challenges I ran from them.
Right.
So that got stronger. So now as I take on challenge after challenge after challenge, that gets stronger. Don't you see that mountain I just climbed? I'm gonna go climb that one too.
Right.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
climb another one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some rest. And when I get up, I'm gonna go climb another one. So that's why you see business after business.
Yeah.
You see challenge after challenge because that's my life. I'm gonna
Yeah.
constantly challenge myself and I'm gonna constantly tell myself that I can do it.
Right. I love that.
Everything around me gotta say it. I gotta have pictures of successful people around my cell. You know, I gotta see Mandela on the wall because he did
Yeah.
it. I gotta see the young lady who mama passed away and she had 4 siblings. And you fast forward to
Yeah.
today, she's an attorney. Her 2 siblings under her are working in her law firm as attorneys. And the 2 under them is in law school.
Right.
I gotta see that.
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
Yeah.
People that beat the odds. That's all I wanna see.
Right. Yeah, I love it. That is really a powerful thing, and I think that what you said about consumption is so important. And I feel like I talk about that a lot, just in social media and just in general conversations about we are what we consume. You know how they say we are what we eat.
That's right.
That goes along with consumption as well.
That's
I
right.
remember was Mark Cuban had made just recently was talking and made a statement that like to the young people he was like y'all should be doing anything AI, listening to AI, sleeping with AI on, following so you
Yeah.
can learn and understand what that process is. One of the things that I often try to do is share with people like, do you use AI? Do you know what that does? Do you know what that can do for your business? Because I don't think, especially for us, our group, our age group is a little bit, I feel like some of that stuff we behind in the time. So I'm always like making sure that people know, like, do you know, have you watched this video? I'm sending videos, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's important. So consumption is really, really, really big.
is.
Thank you
It
for
is.
sharing that. So we're going to be wrapping up. I want to ask you a couple questions. One question is share something to, I'm going to say youth, to men in prison who may be watching, because I get a lot of messages from different people. Yeah. So to them about the journey and some words of encouragement, empowerment.
Yeah. First of all, you got to believe that it's really nothing you can't do. I don't believe it's such thing as failure. I believe you just quit. Maybe the universe was asking for you to go a little longer, and you just stopped.
Yeah.
Like if you would have kept going, so what if he got there in 5 days? It might take you 5 years, but you stay with it long enough and hard enough. I believe you're gonna make it happen.
Right.
You just quit. You didn't fail. You quit. So that's the first thing I want them to do is understand that there's no such thing as failure.
Right.
The second thing I want them to do is work on themselves from the inside, because you got to have something money can't buy.
Give us 3 things how they could work on themselves from the inside.
First thing you have to do is, like we said, affirmation. You have to change your diet. You got to change your environment. You got to change all of that stuff that you hanging around where it's so much defeated mindset. I can't do it. Ah, man. Steve Harvey says there's no use of taking the flight class if you don't believe you can fly. So you got to get that out your system.
Right.
You know, it's going to be uncomfortable at first because you're comfortable over here. You're comfortable over here. And now you got to take on some challenges.
Right.
You know, you got to take on the first challenge, which is probably getting up earlier. For me, it was setting my alarm clock at 9. And then once I got good at 9, I set it to 8.
Okay.
Once I got good at 8, I set it to 7.
love that.
You know, so that was a
Yeah.
challenge for me to break that down. Now I get up at 4. So that's how that works. And then the third thing will probably be working on your confidence. The thing about it is this. Somebody could write down a workout on a piece of paper.
Right.
Get up, do these 100 push-ups, do the sit-ups, go to the gym, pump the iron. And if you follow everything on that paper, you probably gonna see a change in your body.
Right.
But you're not the person that can get up every day and do that. What's on that paper, what's on the internet, what's in that book is valid.
Right.
You just ain't the person that can carry it out, because it's not a lack of information. It's you being able to execute. So you got to become the person that can execute the information that's going to come into your life.
Yeah. I say that all the time. And what works for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What works for you? Because somebody just gave you $1 million worth of game.
Right.
You can't do nothing with it. Not the person that you are. Because you can't get up every day and do it.
Right.
So I can tell you everything I've done, everything I'm going to do, but you ain't that dude yet that can get up every day and execute.
How do they get to be that dude?
They got to start. You can't eat a whole sandwich in one bite. You got to take small bites and build that muscle, build that hustle muscle, build that strength, and build that go-getter.
Yeah.
You got to build it.
Yeah.
And it takes time. But you got to say, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to go and work out. But don't go in there and try to put 100 pounds on there. If you just walk into the gym, put your workout boots on, go into the gym, and get a set of 5 in and leave.
Right.
You just started. It's like reading. Like, I don't read books, but guess what, brother? Just read a sentence. And then you read 2 sentences, then
Right.
3 sentences, then you read a paragraph.
Yeah.
And then before long, you reading a whole chapter. But you got to take small bites.
Right.
Small bites.
Yeah. That's the African proverb. How do you eat an elephant?
That's right.
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
Yes, yes,
Exactly.
yes. Final question. If you could have dinner with 1 to 3 people, dead or alive, who and what's the question that you would ask them?
All right. First, Muhammad Ali. That's one I would have to. Not many more, but definitely Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Probably Michael Jackson. I probably want to pick his brain a little bit because he is a bad boy.
Right.
And somebody else that I really, you know what? This is off the wall, but just because you asked that, probably Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Yeah, just reading his story about being homeless at 15, him and his family, and you know, getting the opportunity and making good on it. You don't hear from him much anymore, but I was intrigued because I read so many stories
Right.
like that when I was in, because I knew, you know, my odds.
Right.
My odds wasn't good. So I wanted to read and learn about people that was facing similar odds
Right.
and overcame it. So anybody that I probably would talk to would be somebody that defeated the odds.
Okay. And what would you ask? One question.
I probably would, you know what? I don't have a specific question, man, but I probably would ask them, look at me and tell me, what I need to add to what I already do. I need some game.
Okay.
You know some things I don't know.
Yeah.
What do I need to add to what I'm already doing?
Right.
That's probably what I would ask.
I love that.
Yeah, I want to know what I need to add.
Okay. Well, I think you've added a tremendous amount. I think you're doing an amazing job. Ed, you got this because you said you like to hear people, you know what I'm saying, encourage
Yeah,
and give you
yeah.
those affirmations.
Yeah.
And just looking at your story, and again, I didn't necessarily know the whole story, but I knew of, and you coming out and then coming back to Milwaukee.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Speak to that a little bit, and then we.
Yeah, I got a debt. I didn't do my community any good, as a young man. So when I see the youngsters now that's running around and they doing some of the similar things that I used to do, I know that it's blood on my hands. I know that I didn't set a good example. I got to take some accountability because I wasn't always this version of myself.
Right.
So therefore I say, you know what? I left my children out here. So it's a lot of other men that was in there with me that left their children out here. So we have to bear some responsibility for not even being present. To say, hey, move like this, don't do that, do this, to pour into the youngsters the way I was poured into.
Right.
Because a lot of people poured into me even when I didn't listen. So when I talk to my son and I see like, man, you didn't get a chance to even, hear this or know this or be told this, so I know that I'm responsible for a lot of what's going on out here right now.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you.
So to just have the I got mine mentality, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
You got to give back.
That's right.
Any last words you want to share with the shifters?
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's an honor. I hope I was informative enough and gave you something that you can carry forward as you pursue your goals and your dreams.
Thank you, Ed, for coming. I appreciate you. Remember, the shift is happening now.
That's good. That's good. That's a good one. I didn't even know that was coming. The shift is happening now.
Listen, shifters, y'all just heard from a man who reminds us that purpose does not expire, even when society tells you your time is up. Ed's journey proves you can rewrite the narrative, one bold decision at a time. Listen, if something he said cracked something open in you, if you're holding a vision that feels too far from where you stand today, remember, you are the shift. I want you to share this episode with someone who needs to know their comeback is already in motion. And as always, stay connected, stay centered, and stay shifting. Remember, the shift is happening now.